So then guys, as we get to the end of 2024, one of the big breaking news leaks that we've had over the last few months is all to do with the iPhone 17 and specifically a brand new model called the iPhone 17 Slim or the iPhone 17 Air. So today what I want to do is I want to recap and tell you everything about the new features, leaks and rumors that we've heard about of this brand new model. And to begin with, let's talk about why it's actually going to be called the iPhone 17 Air or the iPhone 17 Slim. So I think you can guess it. With the word like Slim or Air, it means that the new iPhone 17 is probably going to be one of the lightest iPhones that's ever been made and also one of the slimmest iPhones ever been made too. And in fact, we've had leaks and rumors come in like this one you can see right here telling us that the potential of this new iPhone 17 Air is going to be even slimmer than say the iPhone 6. Now the iPhone 6 was the slimmest iPhone we've ever had on record, and ever since that model it's actually got a little bit more chunkier as time has gone on, but it actually looks like this could be the slimmest iPhone we have ever seen on record. It doesn't look like it's going to be say as slim as say an iPad Pro with the sort of 5.1mm thickness or the 5.3mm thickness, but it'll be around about 6mm of thickness, and this is going to be super thin for a phone like this. And just in case you wanted to know, the iPhone 16 Pro comes in at 8.25mm. So to have a phone say at I don't know, 6.25mm, this is going to be definitely a thin phone out there. But we've had loads of other leaks about the iPhone 17 Air, like for example from the Wall Street Journal as a good example that this is definitely going to be coming in 2025. But what other changes are we going to be likely going to see with this new model? Well, let's pay our attention to the rear of this phone, because this is definitely something what is going to be changing is the camera setup. Now, a lot of you guys are getting a bit confused here that potentially this could be the new iPhone SE. Well, I potentially do not think this is going to be the case. It does look like we're going to be getting, say, a single camera on the back, what would be a 48 megapixel sensor, and also that the question does still open up what's going to happen, say, with spatial vision with this. How's this going to work if we've only got one camera on the rear? Well, I guess we'll have to find that out in the future. But the main thing is there'll only just be one camera on the back, and this is most likely going to be a wide sensor. You wouldn't have anything like an ultra wide or the tele-prism kind of zoom capability. And this also gives us a good idea that this is definitely not going to be a pro phone when it is released in 2025. Don't get me wrong, this phone will have, say, the latest and greatest camera sort of sensor inside of it, what will probably also come available in the normal iPhone 17 and also be in the Pro and also in the Pro Max models. But what will be the main thing powering behind it is the new A19 chip inside of it. Again, I say the A19 and not the A19 Pro because this is going to be an Air model. Really, what this phone is going to do is going to actually replace the likes of the iPhone 16 Plus and the 15 Plus and the 14 Plus that we've had before, because believe it or not, this is the weakest selling iPhone that Apple sell right now, and before that we had the mini phones and they even sold even weaker than the Plus models. So for Apple to actually replace it, they're looking for something a little bit more ambitious now, and this is where the likes of the iPhone 17 Air is going to take its place. So there won't be an iPhone 17 Plus next year. Now, I will talk about the price a little bit later on in this video, but what other sort of features are we going to see inside of this phone? Well, like I said, we are going to get the normal A19, and with that, we're probably going to get around about 8 gigabytes of RAM with this too, to make sure the likes of, say, Apple Intelligence work inside of it. The other great thing is to do with the actual screen technology on the front. At last, it looks like that Apple are going to be providing us with ProMotion displays on the iPhone 17 and also this iPhone 17 Air, which is going to be absolutely amazing that finally all of the iPhone sort of flagship models will have ProMotion display at last, not a 60Hz display. It looks like probably just the iPhone SE will be the last one to actually have that inside of it, but the Air is going to definitely get ProMotion display, and so will the normal 17. This is really, really cool to see. And then the actual screen size for this iPhone, well, it looks like it's going to be a brand new screen size too. We've been told it could be a 6.5 or 6.6 inch display on this, and if you know your facts right now, this is not a display that Apple are creating at the moment, and this would sit, say, in between the likes of, say, the current sort of iPhone sort of 16 Pro and the iPhone 16 Pro Max, and by then this will be the 17 Pro and the 17 Pro Max. So between 6.3 inches and also the new 6.9 inches, so sitting at about 6.6, you can imagine that's going to be in the halfway mark just there. Something else that we've also been told about this display is that it's also possibly going to have a nano texture on the front of it. Again, a first for an iPhone, and this will be really, really great in sunlight. And then there's also the potential that the dynamic island is also going to be made a little bit smaller this time with Face ID, and also that camera on the front is going to be a 24 megapixel camera, not the 12 megapixel camera that we've had, say, since the iPhone 14 Pro models with the dynamic island we had there. This is also going to be upgraded too. Now, for those of you guys who are worried about battery life, that this is going to be a slimmed down phone, well, yeah, I can see where you are definitely coming from. And obviously, it's not going to give us the same battery life as probably, say, the likes of the 17 Pro and also the 17 Pro Max. And that is what you'll be paying for. You'll be paying for that slimmer model to actually have that and have a little less battery, life inside. But do expect it to definitely be probably just as good, or if not better, than, say, the normal iPhone 17. And one of the big factors behind this is that Apple are looking to introduce their own Wi-Fi chip and 5G modem inside the likes of the iPhone 17 models, all of them, next year in 2025. And because of this, Apple have architected themselves that the efficiencies of these chips are probably going to be even better than the ones what they get from Qualcomm right now. So this definitely will affect battery life and definitely help you out. And then, like I did talk about the A19, we're expecting this to be even more efficient again in 2025, so this will definitely help too. So with that, moving along to the release date and price then. So let's talk about the release date first of all. Well, most likely this new iPhone 17 Air will come out with the rest of the iPhone 17 models in 2025. Apple traditionally like to hold an event kind of sort of in the early sort of teens of September sort of time, and that's when they do an event, and then we can actually get our hands on the new iPhones around about a week to 2 weeks later or 10 days later after this announcement. And more than likely this is going to be exactly the same situation. So this could probably be the late teens of September or the early sort of 20s of September time when you'll be able to get one of these new iPhone 17 Airs in your hands. But then moving on to the actual price of this phone, well, it's most likely that Apple will probably not want to increase the price of this Air phone, so I think it's probably going to come in around that same price as, say, the 16 Plus right now. So we're most likely going to be able to pick this up for around about $900. It'll probably be not as expensive as, say, a Pro model, because it's not going to be a Pro model, but just do remember that with a normal iPhone 17 that you are going to still get Pro Motion display. You'll probably get the wide and ultra wide camera on that, whereas with this Air you actually will be trading up one of those cameras to actually get a slightly slimmer kind of phone out there, and plus it will cost you a little bit more to have that. But I do think it's going to be a direct replacement for the Plus model, and it'll probably sit in, like I said, around about $900, what an iPhone 16 Plus and then also the 15 Plus cost us in the past. So more than likely this is where it's going to sit for its price sort of range. But with that though, guys, that is the latest and greatest news that we know about the new iPhone 17 Slim or the iPhone 17 Air. Are you excited about this model? Is it something that you're going to possibly consider getting? Or is it something that you're going to skip over altogether and maybe get a Pro model instead? Well, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And with that as well, guys, it's time to wrap up this video too. So if you have enjoyed watching it, please do press the like button. Also, if you want to hear the latest Apple news, reviews and comparisons, make sure you subscribe to this channel and also hit that notification bell. Until next time, guys, I'll see you really soon. Take care. Bye bye.